if it's like lagging a little bit.
I already started it, so I think he's fine. All right. I should have done a sound check. Everyone sounds okay. I think the volume level is fine. Hello, 10 people who will watch this. And we're going a new thing I'm trying where I do a live mock draft with people who aren't me, so I can bounce opinions off myself. And I figured who better than not me than these fine gentlemen. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves. Francis, go first.
Hey, I'm Ricky. I write at the Stepien. Yeah, what's up?
I'm Ben30 on Twitter, also known as Francis. Yeah, I don't write anywhere anymore because I'm bitching shit, but you'll see me on Twitter and shit like that, so it's all good.
Trevor.
Says his internet crashed.
Oh no. Of course it did.
That didn't take long.
Nope. Well, this is. I mean, he doesn't pick till the 4th pick, so we could start it.
Okay,
just go really, really in depth on why Zion is the right pick at number 1.
Yeah. I mean, I already put it in. Zion Williamson, New York Knicks, 1st pick. He can jump back in a second. We can just wait, but we can talk about Zion. I mean, it kind of feels like this year. I think even more than Anthony Davis, it's like he's a completely different stratosphere prospect. You don't even talk about him anymore. Nobody talks about him.
Yeah. Like we were making jokes when he blew out his shoe in the North Carolina game about like what's the most severe injury possible to like even consider not drafting him 1st overall. Like he would have like there's I can't fathom a prospect in the future having such a big lead on number 2.
He would have to tear both of his Achilles tendons at the same time.
Even then, I probably would still have him number 1.
I probably would too, but like I would at least consider it because he'd be like, well, he'll never jump. Okay, so
Trevor? Is it good?
Is it working, Trevor?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so we already picked Shocker Zion at number 1. No, it happens. It's actually weird. Where I'm living now is the first time I've lived with like good internet because my roommate plays WoW, so he buys like the most expensive internet imaginable. So
nice. That's what's up.
I have like no download limits and everything works fine. But yeah, okay. So we picked Zion 1. I mean, what do we even talk about with him anymore? He's gonna break the BPM record, which has only existed since 2011, but still, he's like way ahead of everybody.
Yeah, but seriously though, like Brandon Clark being like number 2 on that list now, like that should be talked about more. He's incredible.
It is crazy. I'm gonna pick him higher than I think anyone. I would probably take him, consider him like 2 or 3 if I had it. But
I think like 90% of draft Twitter right now is like ahead of the like he might be lucky for lottery right now in real life.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take him number 2 to the Phoenix Suns because they just don't have any need for him, and I'll just take Ja. I think that's what they'll do, and I think that's probably, I don't know if it's the safest pick, but I think that's kind of what they need the most. It's just sort of a, I don't know though. There's so much about him that's so very risky for number 2, but unless you're taking Culver, I really don't see where there isn't risk, and I don't think they would take Culver, and I don't think that would fit as well.
Now, would you prefer like? Would you prefer Booker just like turn into a Klay Thompson role if they took
since Tyler Johnson's gotten there, his assisted 3-point numbers have gone way up, and unsurprisingly, they're a better team. When you don't make it, if he doesn't have to shoot off the dribble, 15 times a game, suddenly they're a better team. It's amazing. And I think most of us are of the opinion that the Trevor Booker DeAndre Ayton team isn't going to be good anyway.
Trevor Booker?
The Trevor Booker, yeah. See, I still think of him first. I love Trevor. Trevor Booker, the Ayton team isn't going to be like a contender. Like, what are they going to build to?
Yeah, you're always going to give up a huge amount defensively, and you're banking on them just being incredibly efficient on offense. And when it's just those two as like your fulcrums, that's not going to happen.
And even with Ja, you're going to give up so much on that end.
I do think Ja would make them He'd get them better shots though.
Yeah,
Ayton particularly. I think that's the other thing. If you want Ayton to be the star, I think Ja's actually a good guy to put with him, at least offensively. I mean, defensively, there's no chance. So
they're toast.
Yeah.
I would like the team so much more if like Booker wasn't like the max guy who they're like banking everything like on seriously. Like if he was just like a guy on the team where like okay, like we could just like figure it out how it is. But no, it's like all right, this is the star. Booker's the star. Let's try and fit everything around him. I feel like
if you're saying they had like a Zion Williamson type.
Oh, that'll be useful. That'll be useful.
Well,
it's really crazy how much he would transform every bad team.
Yeah, with the third pick, if it's my turn, I believe it's my turn, right, for the Cavs. This is kind of hard. Like 2 through 9 basically is indistinguishable to me.
It's a dead zone.
Like you can talk me into any of these players. I'm just gonna go with Brandon Clark.
All right. Makes no sense whatsoever there, but I'm with it because he gets a huge payday.
Yep.
I'm all for just like going to like best fit player available in especially when you're a team that bad as bad.
Especially for Cleveland, yeah.
They there is not one good player on that team. I
think Nance is at least fine, but he doesn't do anything for that team though. Like, he should be on like the Bucks or someone where he can be useful.
All Nance does is preclude them from going after like Bol and Jackson Hayes. Like it just eliminates guys that they can draft because they're tied up in 2 centers and a power forward who are going to demand major minutes and take up a majority of their cap.
Yeah. Which is, it's like before the Nets were good. It was like when Karras started showing signs, and it was like, well, he's not good enough to like make you good by himself, but he's not bad enough that you need to replace him. So it's kind of a mid-level. It's a bad spot to be in, the Hawks spot, as we call it, where like they couldn't upgrade on Horford or Millsap because those guys are both good enough. But it was a rough situation. Speaking of teams with decent players, but no one good enough to really transform them, Trevor, you're up with the Bulls.
All right. Well, I wanted to get in the mindset of the Bulls, which means thinking as if I've only watched exactly 3 college basketball games this year. So that means I have to take either of the Duke guys, and I guess I'll take RJ Barrett.
Oh, God.
Jabari, again.
Now, I just wanted, like, how would Levine and RJ work? Like,
they wouldn't. I'd much rather have new Zach LaVine than him. Not even a question. Zach LaVine, who can shoot at the rim well. I mean, he always could, but he shoots like a lot of his shots at the rim now. He's good at it.
Yeah.
So I still don't think he's a star, but I like him a lot more now, and it's
because I agree. Like I think like Barrett around like at least at 4, it was perfectly fine with me. It's just that it's like in one of those situations where like, because of how the team already like committed the last few years, like it's just like an awkward situation. Like they basically like Chicago like basically said, all right, we're going with Porter. Well, they could always trade one of them, but so like they were going with Porter and Levine for the meantime. So
I mean, you made the smart pick though, Trevor, because like if RJ's there, they're taking RJ.
There's not really good. Yeah, there's not somebody else that they're going to be able to justify, I think, to their front office. Do we want to
talk about like what is RJ good at?
I think he is really good at just getting into the paint. Just
okay. I was going to say I think his best use. I think the 2 uses he might have are I think he could be a good spot up shooter because I actually like the way he shoots, like one step or like one dribble. Like it looks better.
And he's really committed to that too. Like when he gets those opportunities, he doesn't have the like record scratch thing that Reddish gets sometimes.
Yeah. I think it's weird. I actually feel like offensively he'd probably be best as a 4 because he's just like a good play finisher. Like I've been noticing that watching more of him. His problem with creating, he can create. He just needs like 1-2 dribble. That's it. Like one step, go. That's why he's so good as when he doesn't have the ball in transition and he gets passes, he can't be stopped. Because like anytime he has to make more than 1 or 2 moves, he fucks up every time. Even if he makes it, he always like takes the hardest possible shot.
Yeah, it's just that with Barrett, like it never looks easy. It
Yeah.
never looks easy.
And it's because it's like he doesn't he's like such weird footwork. He doesn't have bad footwork. He has stop-start footwork. Like he doesn't maintain. He does the opposite of whatever Shea does. He doesn't maintain his momentum going forward. He just stops. He's always trying to throw people off, and it's like you can't just stop 8 feet from the rim and assume that people are just going to move out of your way. Like I don't know. He's strong enough that he could get away with it sometimes, but he's such an unfun.
What I'm worried about is like he like tries to get away with a lot of like little shoves, and everything like that too, and everything like that. It's like if when he realizes in the NBA, like that's probably going to be more times than not an offensive foul. How we adjust.
He plays like a player who has been this good since he was 15. And he's not used to people being as strong or as fast as him, so he just doesn't really know how to react, and he just fucks up.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't know that he can like use momentum to his advantage. Like he does, like he's all just kind of single moves. He can't like string things together.
Yeah, I still think he'll be good. It's just that I'm not. It's just like
his ceiling is like less explosive DeRozan. Like,
yeah, well, but he's willing to shoot threes. But
with DeRozan's current like San Antonio ability to kind of pass sometimes.
Yeah,
Barrett already might be the most overrated playmaker I can remember hearing about. Because he racks up decent assist numbers, but they're all like set plays, and like very rarely is he like creating shots for people.
Yeah, and he hates Jack White right now, so he actively like tries to only pass it to people right now. So.
And he plays so pettily too. Like every time Zion would have like a great layup, he'd try and do one of his own and miss and fall over, like ruin a possession. I just don't like watching him in the slightest. But anyways, you got 2 more in a row, Trevor. So you got both the Atlanta picks.
Both the Atlanta picks. First one seems obvious. I want the master pairing at the 3-4, Jarrett Culver and Taurean Waller-Prince. So we'll just give them those 2 guys, and they'll have answers to every wing in the NBA defensively. So that works for me. And then second one, let's get a little weird here, and just let's take Bol. I feel like Atlanta's a really good landing spot for him. Just
probably the best one.
Because they can have Collins rolling to the rim. They can use him as like purely a pick and pop big, and they have Dedmon. They have guys who can save him defensively a little bit in a system that is going to, I think, maximize him a little bit defensively. So I like that pairing there. So
I don't know if I'd rely on them having Dedmon, but yeah, like they should. Yeah. They'll have someone of that caliber at least.
Yeah, they've got guys who can, where Bol isn't the only big that they have that can even kind of block shots.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Bol fan, so like I'm into his jumper and the wingspan. And I think like he has like so many obvious flaws, but like the wingspan just like covers so much.
There's the argument to be made that he's the same caliber offensive prospect as Ayton, but like
I'm in that boat.
Yeah,
the problem is he doesn't have the balance or like the hips. I'm just worried about his hips so much. Like I don't think he'll ever be a good screen setter, and he just may not ever be powerful. But I mean, the skill set, he's gonna go top 10. He has to, even if I don't know if I agree. He has to. He's that height, and he can shoot. He has like maximum touch, like the most touch you can have as a scorer. Shooter.
Yeah, and plus I think he like the motor thing with him gets like overblown. I think a lot of it's just that he just is really badly conditioned right now. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And unlike Ayton, it's not an instincts thing. Like I feel like he has, at least as a rim protector, he has pretty good instincts. He seems to know what he's doing. It's just, it's also, to be fair, Oregon's like terrible.
They didn't have him shooting threes or anything like that. He had to play with Wooden and everything. Like it's such a bad.
Yeah, because none of their guards. Will Richardson might be okay, but none of their guards are like a good college player right now. Wooten is fine. Lewis King is tall. They have nothing.
Yeah.
We really overestimated them coming into the season. They've been terrible. I don't know. I'm Culver. I'm big on Culver. I think everyone is at this point. He's
if you're getting him at 5, that's a steal.
Yep.
And he's going to go around that range, so somebody's going to get real lucky.
I'm hesitant for like the top 3 because with Culver it's just like it always feels like it always feels like slightly with Barrett. It just like it looks a little bit harder than it should be for somebody that's like a top three.
He's a lot smoother though.
He is smooth. He is smoother, but it just like it always feels like he has to. He's not blowing by anybody unless.
I think what you're getting at is he's not a top option. He should not be a main scoring option.
Yeah,
and it's a good point though, because that Iowa State game he just had, that was the first time in the whole Big 12 schedule that he wasn't getting mugged and triple teamed. And look at that, he had a great game. He's able to shoot open threes for once. So I think he's like a secondary, tertiary guy. He's gonna be really good.
Yeah, and also it's just like the jumper a lot of times is just like hoping that him being able to like rise up over people is just consistent. Like if that like goes away because there are.
But thinking about it, I like Culver and Bull for the Hawks because Bull's like you're going for a home run, you're hoping he turns out, and Culver's like probably going to be good. Like I think we all. Yeah, you're like. And it's not like they need offensive driver at this point. They have one, so like Culver doesn't need to be the main guy. Yeah. Culver in Atlanta is what I'm hoping for him personally. But all right, Washington Wizards, the team with the worst outlook in the NBA. No chance. Who are they taking? Who's getting pulled in?
I'm gonna take. Man, I don't know. I guess right now I think Talon is at the top of my board. I'll probably go with Jonte though. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna go.
You're doing this to Jonte, huh?
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
He's smart enough that it'll probably work
out. So like, I kind of want to see like a jumping contest between Thomas Bryant and Jonte. But like also like they'll probably be like so much fun just like watching them like get so many baskets that they have no business trying to get. So
I want to see a running down the court full speed contest between those two, and like Bryant just run through a wall because he doesn't know how to control his body.
Do you think they're going to pick up the Jabari player, the team option?
Hopefully not.
I think they're probably more in on Portis. Actually, probably should.
That's why I think they wouldn't take Jonte because they're stupid. But I like, Jonte should be a top 10 pick, so I like that there.
Yeah.
Like he has the most. The way he shoots, he's the most obvious. Like this guy will be a 36, 37% 3-point shooter off movement in the NBA for any big I can remember seeing. Like
It's just
that's like his third best skill.
Yeah, it's just wild. Like he went into last year as like a 17-year-old, and he was like legitimately like a really really good college player, which like never happens.
Good SEC.
Yeah. So like that's like just as like he's 17 and already he's this good at everything. So how much more? A lot of it is just like he could do so much more that we probably can't even think of. So
for a while I had him too because he and Clark were the only guys because he wasn't playing who weren't just having like terrible stretches.
Yeah.
But I always feel like calling someone number 2 in this draft is unfair. It's like who's number 7? That's the value because the value difference is so insane.
Yeah.
All right. Memphis Grizzlies, Trevor. Who you got?
Darius Garland. That's like the best case scenario for Garland. I would think is having him with Jaren Jackson screens and flares and rolls to the rim to play off of just mitigates the size problem so much, I would think.
And I think he doesn't have a size. I mean, this is the thing. I wanted to say this when we were talking about Ja. It's weird that Ja's the only guy who you don't get people in your mentions like, but can he hold up against NBA size when he's the only guy I actually have that question about?
Yeah.
60 pounds. Garland's bigger, like in his body to me. He looks like he can.
Yeah, he's more filled out. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's faster laterally too, so that should help.
It's so insane how many more translation questions there were about Luka than there are about Ja Morant this year. Like it's
people didn't watch Luka, they haven't watched Ja, so
yeah.
They've seen Ja highlights, and they see his numbers, which are crazy. His numbers are insane, to be fair. Oh God, who do we even take with New Orleans? Shit. I guess DeAndre Hunter. Like it's hard to get because like is Brown going to be there? Probably not. But for this exercise, I'm assuming they're just going to keep everybody, and like they could use a rotation caliber wing.
They're probably gonna put him on 4 when they get Tatum and Brown.
Yeah.
I think Taylor and Drew would have been a cool backcourt, but
Yeah, I think they would go big. They would just go with the tall guy. Like they seem to be. They seem to be a team that drafts for physicality more than anything else, or even science players for physicality.
If they draft at all.
If they draft at all. I think they would take DeAndre. DeAndre's weird because I think he'll be good, but he's not really super interesting to talk about.
No, not at all. Yeah.
He's pretty good at defense. He can create shots. Okay, he can probably shoot spot ups and he'll rebound.
Yeah, we just don't get to see him do anything.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because the only people who get to do anything in that offense is Kyle Guy, really. Yeah. Jerome sometimes they run him off screens and he shows how good he is at that. But
when I was
this
building
happens when you have 60 possessions a game or whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ricky. Sorry.
I was just gonna say when I was building out my big board here, I unintentionally ended up with Ty Jerome and DeAndre Hunter actually right next to each other, with Ty Jerome slightly ahead. I'm high on both. Well, I'm high on Ty Jerome. The what?
I buy that.
Yeah, I that was completely unintentional, and I realized like I probably need to I don't know, kind of ask why people are valuing DeAndre Hunter in the top 10, and I'm not. I just don't. I don't know. I just think I don't know.
There's stuff to be worried about with him.
I think people are thinking of him like sort of 3-4 defender more than I am, and I see him as more of like a guard defender. Like I think his lateral quickness is great, but his age and his frame I just don't buy as being like that kind of forward defender that's really valuable on ball. And I don't see him as being a real asset off the ball. And then on offense, I don't know. I don't think he can really do a ton off the dribble. He's a good stationary shooter and passer, but I don't know. At 21, it's just not like a really enticing package to me.
That's the other thing too, is you think he's a lot older. You think he's younger than he is because he didn't really show up on the radar until like halfway through last season, but he was a redshirt, so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much into any arguments for lowering him, but I just feel like that's what the Pelicans would do. They would just the tall guy who's top 10 projected, and they would just take him.
Yeah. Does anybody feel like how tall do you think Hunter is like right now? Is he like he feels taller like for them he was last year, which is weird because
I would say 6'9".
Yeah,
I would say
6'8" or 7.
Then he's 6'8" probably.
Yeah.
I want to see him play Culver.
Yeah. I want to see compare the heights because I kind of agree with Ricky's I believe that he's more of like a guard defender because like I don't like my big thing with him is always like he doesn't. It's not like for a big, he doesn't do the rotations of a big really. Mm-hmm. He just like kind of like. He's there to like, okay, I'm gonna lock down this perimeter guy.
Part of that is
I'm kind of float around it. Part of it is slightly system. So it's
because like it's kind of hard to judge their guys as perimeter defenders sometimes, unless they're like Brogdon or somebody who's just always out on the guards. But like, it's not as hard as a Syracuse guy, but it is a weird. If Virginia is a weird evaluation for anybody, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the whole like Virginia depresses his stocks argument.
I don't really either,
but I don't know. I don't know. Ty Jerome is like what, like a 3% steal rate. Justin Anderson had like crazy stocks. Like
Jay Huff has a high block rate.
What?
Jay Huff has one this year. Really high block
rate. Yeah, right. And
he has two, pretty high.
And in general, I don't think there's any really any college scheme that's going to take a guy who's like clearly an asset off ball at generating events and just turn him into like a guy who's below average for his position.
Way below average.
Like way below. Yeah. Like I just don't think that's really a thing.
I mean, the best example of that is someone we'll talk about here in a bit, I imagine. Matisse Thybulle plays in a zone and is like the superhuman stock rates. So
yeah. Well, and obviously like scheme affects it, but I mean it's
not going to affect that much. Yeah, you're right.
It's not like he's got insanely quick hands. He's got amazing instincts. I don't see that same stuff with DeAndre Hunter necessarily. And it's the same argument, obviously way different prospects, but people said that about DeAndre Ayton last year, like, oh, his block rate's really low because of Arizona, where it's like it's not like it doesn't really affect it that much. At least I don't.
The entire steal rate argument is that if you're truly a extremely talented player, you're gonna make that value. You're gonna create that value. You're gonna dominate your competition like that.
Yeah. Which is why it's one of the most like translatable advanced stats to the NBA.
Yeah. Which is why it's like the only reason I'm still holding on to Reddish as a prospect.
Yeah, that too.
And I think his passing is solid. He makes good passes generally. Well, the Lakers are next, Ricky. We want to.
Going. Right. Yeah. Grant Williams. I like the idea of Grant Williams being on a LeBron team. So yeah,
taking possessions from him at the end of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do anything about it because Grant Williams would whip his ass.
Oh yeah.
Grant Williams would just back into him once and knock him out a window.
Actually, I feel like LeBron and Grant would like be like really good chess buddies or something like that.
LeBron would probably love Grant because he's a smart basketball player who doesn't make mistakes.
Exactly. Like, if we get a healthy season of Lonzo, that could actually be a really fun. Like,
I actually feel like the best comp for Grant with him is like because he actually kind of comps. I mean, not super similar to Shane Battier, but he would play that Heat Shane Battier role a lot.
Yeah,
with more ball handling.
Yeah. So, especially if LeBron isn't gonna ever play defense again, which is he's probably not gonna do that.
Probably not. I mean, Westbrook did, so yeah, kind of. Yeah, I was actually thinking. I'm gonna move on real quick, but I was thinking a while ago. I was looking at Grant, and I was thinking about like, it's a shame he didn't come along like 2015, where he could be like just some contender's personal anti-Draymond weapon.
Yeah,
guard Draymond, and because Draymond would have to guard him if they were both the fives. No one else on that Warriors team could. He would just back him down, and like he could shoot, and he can play good enough defense on Draymond that like he would just kind of neutralize a lot of his strengths.
Yeah,
maybe that's what the Lakers would take him for. They would not take him, but
no. Like the Lakers love like if they are getting a forward, they want him to like dribble from the key and be able to. Like it's not that type of player. They don't want like 3 and D players for whatever reason.
It is fun to imagine Grant Williams and Brandon Ingram like on the same team, just hanging out together.
Yeah, like Grant will be like Ingram's backup because Ingram will always start fights.
What do we think the chances are that Grant goes back to school? By the way,
I think he's too big a name.
Yeah, I don't think he would do it now. Now that he's
maybe not, but I don't think it's impossible. He's still only 20.
Yeah.
All right.
He's probably going to be at least top 25 now. I think, right?
He should. He should be.
In mainstream at least, he's top 25. That's probably good enough to get it in.
Well, you got 2 picks, Francis. You got Charlotte and Orlando. So.
All right. So with Charlotte, with Charlotte,
I think there's an obvious pick.
I think I'm going to pick actually PJ Washington.
Okay.
Jordan. Just because like I feel like there is like latent upside with him a little bit. Mm-hmm. Just like he showed it a little bit this year because he's a lot better this year than he was as a freshman or anything like that with just about across the board. And I feel like
consider my prospect last year really.
He was horrible.
Yeah, exactly. But like even if you go back to his high school tape, like you see like although he's like his shooting numbers aren't that great, like watching him shoot and going around screens and whatnot, he looks like the part of like this could be like a decent scoring wing,
mm-hmm.
And like I think if you like get in that mindset, he has a lot of scoring wing mindset with like a 7'3" wingspan and everything like that.
Once you start thinking about him as a wing, he makes more sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like
big matchup guy, he's pretty powerful. Like I think he could definitely work.
Yeah. So like and like the only worry really with like Charlotte is that is he really going to be like a bit too redundant with Miles Bridges already? But I think you could play both of them.
That's a position that I don't mind having redundancy in.
Yeah. So I think Marvin Williams' contract is going to be up soon. So like. Once you just go.
They may or may not be keeping MKG. You don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I'd be perfectly fine with drafting PJ and hoping he works out. So
he went to a major school, so Jordan likes him.
Exactly.
All right, you got Orlando.
All right, so with Orlando,
Pick Taylor.
Do it. They would.
Embrace the John Hammond.
Like the thing is, they need somebody who can like run the team. Like when like DJ obviously has been good this year, but like they need somebody who like rely on to rely the team so much. So like I don't know. Like technically PJ would have been good for them. He has the 7-3 wingspan. But
They're probably pissed off they didn't get him.
Yeah.
Jalen Pickett.
You know what? I'll say that they take Taylor. I'll say they take Taylor.
Okay.
So like he kind of melds both worlds a little bit. So
I feel like they would definitely take him. I
feel like if he declares, we'll know. Like that's who he's going to.
Yep.
Yeah. So because I don't know if like Taylor's like, especially because he's so young, he's like at the point where like, oh, you could please run the team for us at certain points as a rookie. Especially since I don't think they're gonna like tank or anything. But like
that's why he might
be able to get that soon. So
you have Augustine for, I guess.
It's really funny how like this will be like the third year in a row where everyone just knows going into the draft who the Magic are gonna pick. Pretend like there's some kind of debate about like their selection, like the mock drafts, like it'll change every couple of months, but everyone just like in the back of their mind knows who they're going to pick with whatever pick they have, and it's not going to be a surprise.
Well, they should have picked Shai last year. Like if they picked Shai last year, then
they needed a point guard since 2013.
They should have
just
sold out.
haven't taken one.
They should have sold out to get Trey. I mean, I don't know if they could have, but they should have tried. Because like that's exactly what they've needed forever. It's just a guy who has offensive identity who can just
who's young and can dribble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Minnesota. I already put my guy in. You probably see it. Picking Kobe White there. Feel like they're going to go guard more than I did because I don't think they're going to keep Rose. They shouldn't. And Teague is just kind of done there, and they just don't really have. They have Tyus, but they don't want to play him. And I feel like they would take, like, Brandon Clark is the best fit of anyone in the draft for them, but he's not going to make it there for us. So I'm going to have them taking Kobe, just shooter. He may not be a point guard, but he can shoot. So they will probably like that. I don't know what else to say about him. He's he's an easy evaluation, honestly.
Yeah.
I think he's getting less defensive credit than he should. Like,
I think he's fine.
He's a good decision maker there, and he just kind of gets written off because he doesn't have a long wingspan. Yeah. And I think he's going to be fine defending at the 2. I think
I agree.
Have him do that.
I've heard people talk about him like he's just like some absolute sieve who has no idea what he's doing defensively. I just don't. I don't know how you can actually watch his games and feel that way. Like, I don't know. He's pretty quick. He plays pretty hard. Like, I don't know. He's really skinny, and like you said, he has short arms, so it's probably not going to be really good. Is that
North Carolina is just pretty competent defensively overall, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's hard to stand out unless you're Nasir Little and you're standing out for being absolutely horrible.
Yeah. Like even like Luke May is okay at defense for what he is. Yeah. Like he's not terrible. And then like I think Brooks and Manley are both very good actually at defense.
So, one thing I will say about Kobe also is like this is kind of like his first time like really running a ship. Like he didn't really do that in high school either too. So I think there is upside that like people like because he does get knocked for he kind of makes bad decisions early in the clock and stuff like that with the shot and everything. But I do think like compared to Garland, who kind of does a similar thing, but Garland has been doing that for years now. Kobe is like this is his first time running the ship. I think he has potential to grow into the role a bit. So that's why I'm more of a Kobe fan even than the Garland. So
I buy it. Yeah, he's definitely their best player right now. Like I think he's been out of his mind the last few weeks.
Yeah, him and Cam Johnson, basically.
Yeah, Cam. Well, their best player as it relates to this. I don't think some people would take Cam top 20. I probably wouldn't.
I would if he was younger.
Yeah. I mean, Justin Jackson went there, and he's definitely better than Justin Jackson. But that was a terrible pick at the time. We all knew it. That was like a complete punt. Boston is next, Francis?
All right, so I feel like this is kind of in the spirit of what Boston would do, and I think they would take Langford.
I buy Langford, yeah.
Like I think like he's like he has the wingspan. He's kind of one of those like highly recruited wings, kind of like in the Jalen Brown who slid down draft boards. And I think they'll just basically say, okay, what we maximize is basically fitting wings into a very specific role and then maximizing what they do. And I think to be honest, if Boston does that with Langford, I think he'd be really, really good because what things he's good at, he's really, really good at with this touch around the rim. So if they find him a place to get them there,
and I don't think he has like a hopeless shot. I mean, sometimes it looks like it, and it's like I don't think his weaknesses are like habits as much as they are just maybe physical shortcomings or like just inexperience. So
I
mean, they made Marcus Smart like a decent NBA shooter, so I think they could do it with Langford.
Yeah, aesthetically, I kind of like Langford, just like the way he like moves around the court. Like he
moves really, really interestingly. If RJ Barrett moved like he did, RJ would be in contention for the number 1 pick.
Yeah, so like
that's the number 2 pick.
Yeah, he's fun. Like I was really down on him earlier, and I've grown to like him just because of like his aesthetics of him at least. So like if he gets that shot, like he's really, really, really good. So
maybe I'm anchoring too much, but I still believe in the shot just because I mean in high school he was shooting he shot a lot of threes, made him at a good percentage. Like I can't remember off the top of my head, like 36% range from like pretty deep range, like NBA range a lot of the time.
Yeah, he had a hand injury, so like.
Yeah. I mean, I really did expect him to be at least like an average shooter in college. So I don't know, maybe I'm just going to recalibrate my expectations at this point, but I don't think he's going to be like a total non-shooter.
Isn't it like off the catch, he's like kind of decent right now. It's just like the pull-ups are just taking his value right now.
And that's the other thing is it's important to differentiate between complete non-shooters and bad shooters because one of those still has some value. Like if you take shots, taking shots is almost as valuable as it's like Brandon Ingram having good percentages doesn't matter because he doesn't take threes. It takes like 1 per 40 minutes. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't provide any value that way. Who is next? Trevor's got 2. Miami and Brooklyn.
Okay. Miami. I'll jump on the Cam Reddish grenade. We'll stick him in Sioux Falls for a year and see what Spo can do with him.
Nice.
That just seems like a Miami move if he's there. Like just take the wing that looks like he could be a good defensive player and just figure out what to do with him.
Yeah.
I think the Miami pick there might be Kevin Porter. He's a little bit more functional of an athlete, but
yeah.
Well, I think one thing that like Reddish in Miami might be good is because Miami is really good at like developing bodies. Like
definitely.
And Reddish could because right now the Reddish he's a totally different player if he even has average explosion. So if they can develop his core strength to the point where he can actually just explode or anything like that, then we might be able to. I don't think really because of how far below it is right now, like the 40% twos that he's now getting known for. I don't think you could really get it that far up. But if any place can, it'll probably be a place like Miami. So
yeah, exactly.
Yep, I buy all that. I can hear you. I had to take it or something. Do we go with Brooklyn yet or?
Brooklyn, I'll take Goga.
Oh, Goga.
They're the team that's actually scouting him, so it's a good landing spot.
Well, Brooklyn kind of scouts all international. They're the one that loves.
He should go before this. He should go around this at the latest, though.
Yeah,
it's kind of bittersweet to have him go to the same team that Jared Allen's on because I like them both so much.
But you can play them together.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I will say at least Goga does bring something that Jared can't because he has the physicality to deal with bigger people that Jared just can't right now. Jared's good at destroying small people, but the bigger people that's what they have Goga now for. So
yeah,
that wouldn't matter.
See, now I'm deciding what guard to take with the Pistons, but I don't know if they even need a guard. You know what? Let's get crazy here. Let's swap out that Reggie Jackson model for a newer one and take Xavier Johnson. They could just trade Reggie for whatever. Reggie's been fine lately, but he's going to be bad again. He's Reggie. Xavier's probably not coming out this year. That's kind of why I want to do this now. I want to do this while we have everyone, and then I could do another one when we actually get some people declaring.
Yeah.
And because I think Xavier, the upside with him is I think like solid starting point guard. If he can learn how to finish, he might be good. But the amount of responsibility he's taken on a still pretty bad Pittsburgh team and like made them relatively competitive is because like McGowan's is good too. That's really it. Audie Tony hasn't been that good. Jared Wilson Frame is 300 years old, so like he's really he flashes as much as anybody in the ACC to me.
Yeah, like his burst is just like it's eye popping. It's just like you want to draft him just for the burst alone. So yeah, and plus he's a decent shooter. I just wish that he could fucking finish. Please finish.
Yep.
Learn how to finish.
Which can be learned. Sometimes we talk about that like it's like
yeah, absolutely.
Reddish, I think it's a physical limitation. Xavier, it's just kind of doesn't have the touch, which isn't always a death sentence. Like plenty of guys have gotten better at that, especially guards because you get a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, so yeah, I think Lillard was one major one who got better, especially
Steph Curry is an extreme.
Yeah, it's true.
Steph just like decided he was good at it one day though. Really,
he just got like ridiculously jacked in summer. Like he learned how to like deadlift like 400 pounds.
All right, we got Boston again for Francis.
All right, so I want to take Nasir here because I feel like that's a very
Boston the most pick. Celtics pick.
Yeah. I feel like it'll be a little bit redundant because, like, I do think at a certain point you just don't want to double up on every single position, even wings. So I'm gonna go with another pick that I think is a little bit Celticsy, even though they already have Robert Williams last year, and I'll just go with Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, I mean he won't go this. He will go earlier than this, so they would definitely take him.
Yeah. So also like I have him way higher too. So
I have him much higher than this.
Like I skipped over him. Just out of a feeling, but yeah, I think Jackson Hayes they wouldn't turn him down. Like he's too special of a mover. He's like I like he kind of like has like the sweet spot of being like so really good at like moving on the perimeter, but like he's not like so skinny that like he can't put on muscle. And he can't hold up inside. So like I think he's gonna be a really really well-rounded like defensive prospect, and he like runs the floor like a dream, and everything was like yes.
That's the thing with him is he has. I was talking on Twitter a while ago about how I wouldn't take bigs that don't have like tertiary skills of some kind, and he doesn't really yet. But the thing he does have is like he moves. I can't think of many other 7-footers who move with like the fluidity and quickness he does.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe Cauley Stein, and then I think like Jackson Hayes, like he'll be able to like be bigger, play bigger than Cauley Stein does.
And he's 4 years younger as a prospect.
Yeah, no, he has much bigger hands than Cauley Stein too, and everything like that. He'll be able to dunk everything. Like he's like I think right now like he's leading the lead in true shooting. So because like his hands are massive.
I want him to go to it. I want him to go to somewhere that's going to develop him. He's not going to play very much.
That's the thing with Celtics. But
that he doesn't have to play very much.
Yeah.
Like if he earns his way into those minutes, then good. But he doesn't need to.
Yeah. And then also the insurance that just in case Bob Will or Time Lord doesn't pan out quite as they want.
If he goes to a different plane of existence.
Exactly. Like he learns how to try time travel for real, and he goes into the 1800s where he finds out.
All right, San Antonio, Ricky, go.
I'm going to take Davidas Servidis here, and he can bring back the beautiful game.
Is really like 6'10" now? Because
I say that, I tweet that a lot, like halfly. Like there was like an ESPN report that he self-measured 6'8" without shoes. So like, what if in shoes he's actually like 6'10"?
That's the most European thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's probably not 6'10", but I think 6'8" is a pretty safe bet. I don't think he's gonna play like he's 6'8" necessarily, but I mean shooting at that size is valuable. I think he's be a really good off-ball player for them. I don't know, like whatever. It'll be good for pretty much any team in this range.
Yeah, like my only thing with him is just like I do get like sometimes like trying to get bad faster to like the physicality part where like he just like he doesn't really play like a big, so like Like,
I think he's just Karasov again. Like their games are very similar, and the frame is very similar. Like, I worry about that. Obviously, I don't think he has the same mentality issue, and I think that was the primary thing with Karasov. But like the games worry me a little bit because I see a lot of that in terms of just how he moves.
Yeah, I think of him more like a Kevin Huerter. Like I think those two are actually really similar. The big difference would be like Kevin Huerter is just like absolute like best shooter in most drafts, like absolute knockdown guy. Like Davidas Servidas is really good, and he can hit off movement, direction, like pull ups, step backs, all that stuff. I just don't think he's quite as elite. Like he hasn't really consistently shot it over like the 40. He's been more of like a high 30s guy, and like more of his recent career. So that would be the only real thing. But as far as like the IQ, playmaking, I like his mentality. I think he's good in all those areas, and I think he's a good enough defender, just in terms of positioning and stuff. I don't know. I like him.
Plus, if he goes to the Spurs, they're the very good team to like boost him from very good to elite for shooting or something like that. So like that's what they did with
Bertans.
Yeah, Jinx, I guess.
Speaking of Jinx, I guess you're up now. Utah Jazz, everyone's favorite fan base and team.
All right. Like I actually feel like the Jazz would just go for the upside of and also like I do slightly believe in the prospect. I'm gonna say Nasir Little. I do feel like okay, if you use them differently, then there is more to get out of him. Like I think like part of it is just like I'm wondering, okay, how much of it is his game like him trying to like wire his game to fit what White told him he wanted before the year? Because like with him putting on all the mass, with him like he plays more like a big really than a wing right now, and I'm wondering like okay, if he goes to the NBA and he kind of adjusts his mentality in terms of I'm going to try and develop more of my win skills more. I'm gonna like slow down on or I'm going to not worry about trying to be like the next Kawhi or something like that.
Yeah.
Then like I think there is still a player in there. So he's not been good this year, but at all.
At 20, that kind of athlete, whatever.
So
a team that's already good, like I think best case he can replace Jay Crowder.
Yeah. So like I think the Jazz would just like at this
best case next year.
Yeah,
that would be what he did, and like that, that's not going to make or break your team. If he works out, he works out. If he doesn't, they just took Grayson Allen, so I feel like any other pick is good value for them. Oklahoma City, Trevor.
We're going to trade out this broken rundown Andre Roberson model for a smaller Matisse Thybulle.
I knew it. I was going to take him for the Sixers if you didn't. He should be a top 25 pick, right? Like that's not just a stat thing. Like, he's a monster.
Yeah.
For his frame and what he is, he's a monster.
Like he does actually have some offensive equity too. Like people think that he's just all defense because of the stocks, but he can actually pull up a little bit, and I think that he could develop that into being like a passable offensive player.
I actually wish he did more.
Matisse being able to actually like dribble now and like drive and pass a little bit is one of the biggest like added skills of any returning player in this draft. Like he went from for me at least being like maybe like a back end top 100 guy, just outside of the second round kind of in that range to like he's a clear first rounder to me.
Yeah, my only worry with it is just like he doesn't try to do it much. Like he always like passes out of like clear like opportunities that you can score. So like I wish like if he
the question with a player like that is it intelligence or passivity? It's like Tony Snell is passive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Tony Snell makes bad passes when he shouldn't. Where like other guys just make good pass. Like Jaren sometimes does that where he would be really unsure what he was doing on the perimeter, and that's just because he's too smart. Like he didn't know what to do. He's not decisive. But yeah. But if you think Thybulle is the first kind of game, maybe you don't take him top 25. But I don't think he is.
Like I think he's like one, the defense is so good that even flashes like this makes it worth it to even see if he's really that passive or anything like that. And I think that like if you could kind of drill somebody to be a bit more aggressive. It's like it's like you could at least tell them like, if you're open, just shoot it. Don't worry about trying to make the smart pass or anything. Just shoot it. Don't worry about it. At least especially for like your first 2 years or so in the league. And I think that you could develop that habit at least. So yeah, I think he's worth it at least. So to find out.
I agree. You have Portland and Boston back to back, Francis.
All right. So with Portland, I think I'm just going to go with Okeke, Chuma Okeke. Like
paid out this Al-Farouq Aminu for.
Yeah, exactly. Like they've needed forward help for quite a bit.
Kind of awkward now that Jake Layman's beast and they don't need it as much. But they still
but like they're also playing Myers Leonard. That's with forward limits and with Collins together. It's not good. So at least he could play.
He gets traded for Scal, so yeah, they need help.
Yeah, so they could definitely use it. He's really good. He's a really good defender. He makes his mistakes and everything like that, but for a sophomore, he's really good. He has the wingspan and everything like that. I think he makes more smart decisions most of the time. He has a passer. So I think
I'm a Okeke fan. Keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's a passable at least shooter. He's probably not going to be, especially I won't be surprised if like the first year he's like 32% or something like that. But I think he'll at least develop it into a passable shooter and anything like that. So like I think he's.
I'm of the opinion that basically anyone can become a passable spot-up shooter. Given practice time.
Given practice and everything like that. I think it depends also. Like not all jumpers are created equally, but yeah.
Joakim Noah is never going to be a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, but like a wide open one, I think Chuma will at least be able to like hit those. So
you'll get them.
Worth
Portland, you'll get them.
So, and as for Boston, again,
this is a tough one.
Yeah, I'm trying to like think of like Boston type players, but I probably shouldn't. So like instead, I'm just gonna go with, you know what? They should just draft Trey Jones.
I was wondering when he would go. Yeah.
Yeah. So like just in case like
he'd be tremendous there.
Yeah. One just in case Kyrie leaves, then they could try him out there. They'll if Kyrie comes back, I think it is even better because then he'll be like that complete opposite of what Rozier is doing right now in terms of he's actually somebody who could like make quality decisions and steady ship instead of kind of hijack
instead of whatever Terry Rozier's been doing for the last
he'll be a great point of attack defender and I think for what Boston like. Especially if Kyrie comes back, I think Trey will work out there.
Yeah, a lot of mock drafts for the Celtics in particular do like who's the next guy that can turn into a star. It's more like what do they need? They're one of the only teams that should draft for need, especially with 3 first-round picks, probably.
Yeah,
they need guys. They need certain kind of guys, and they need Trey.
Yeah,
they use him right now.
Especially with the way like I think I already gave them Hayes and Langford. They're kind of projection guys as well. So that they could probably afford with these picks. Like of course, still in the real life, they'll probably try as much as possible to trade them for something else. But for now,
I sincerely doubt they're going to have more than 1 first-round pick if any this year. But
yeah. So
who's next? Ricky, you got Cleveland and then the Pacers. Central Division, baby.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to go for Cleveland. I'm going to go with Jalen Pickett so he can hopefully insulate Colin Sexton. Should I just roll right into Indiana?
You can try either one. What do you want?
Okay. Yeah, I'll go Pickett and then Kevin Porter.
Amazing he lasted this long.
Yeah. No,
he's not very good.
Yeah,
but I do think Indiana would be a good spot for him if he does work out. So because they've made a good like system for.
Yeah, that's a good spot for him.
Yeah,
and at 25, it's sort of like.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you can't really. I feel like that's sort of where you get to the Michael Porter Jr. part, where it's like you can't, even if you hate Michael Porter Jr. as a prospect, even before the injury, like at 14, you can't really be mad about that.
Yeah.
So Kevin Porter at 25.
You want to talk about Jalen Pickett? Because anyone like watching this may not know who he is. He's not really like a big mainstream name yet.
Yeah, so Jalen Pickett, that's someone who Jackson Hoy has talked about a lot. Like he's picking up all these major guys. I'm still a little bit new with him. I think I've watched 4 games of him now, so not like
I watched him twice. So yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't really watched like a ton of tape on him either. I think he's for what it's worth, I think he's definitely a better defensive prospect than Trey Jones in terms of like off-ball IQ. He does get like the liberty, like his stats are pretty crazy. I mean, he has a 3.5. I'm looking at his line right now, 3.5% steal rate and almost a 3% block rate, which is obviously like ridiculous.
It's absurd for a
guard. Like I think he gets a little bit of like liberty in that system to like kind of roam off the ball and just like make plays off of his man. But I still think he's like a really good instinctive defender. He's got really good tools there too. He's got long arms, quick feet.
He seems pretty strong for his size.
Yeah, I tweeted this. I definitely think he's a better prospect than Trey Jones. Also, think he's a better bet to shoot.
Trey. Trey is something's wrong with that. Something's up with Trey's shot.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, and that's like a really big thing with anyone's going to be running your offense. I don't have like a ton of faith in his Jalen Pickett's ability to like get all the way to the rim and finish there. He kind of has a habit of like kind of picking up his dribble while he's in the middle of the paint, and then like I mean for the most part like I don't know a ton about like the context there at Siena, but it seems like they've done a good job surrounding him with off-ball guys who can kind of shoot and come out of those situations. So that's a concern of mine, but overall, like I think his feel level is pretty solid, and I think he's a great defensive player and can at least hit his threes. So yeah, I like him.
Yeah, the only thing like keeping me away from like the Pickett bandwagon, just like he doesn't seem to ever really get to the rim unless he's in transition. And
that's the biggest thing with me. Yeah. And the more I watch him, the more it bothers me because, like I said, he does like just kind of pick up his dribble in the lane a lot. So it's like I think some of it's like decision making. Like he's still young. Like I mean, he's a freshman, so I think that's tough to improve over time because I think he's got physical tools that can help him there, like become better. Like he does a decent job. Like he has like a decent first step. Like I said, long arms. Like I think all that stuff can work to his advantage. But yeah, at this point, just getting to the rim is the biggest issue.
Yeah. Yeah, he has like such an old man game, like which is like fun to watch.
The biggest thing that annoys me with him is like it's not even necessarily the picking up his dribble and then passing it back out to a shooter, but he really loves like turning his drives into like these kind of mid post or elbow fadeaways, which I don't know the numbers on it, but it feels like he hits them at a pretty decent clip. But it's just like a lot of these situations, I feel like
you can do better.
I feel like he could actually even if he doesn't like get to and finish at the rim, he could at least keep his dribble alive and like kick out or even like go along the base or something and make something else happen besides that shot. But I don't know.
I give it some pass because like Siena, like outside of him, like is really bad. It's like a really bad team. So like
okay. I have Philadelphia. I already put my pick in. Iggy Brazdeikis from Michigan. At this point, I think Philadelphia just needs to get rotation players, as many as they can, out of this draft to shore up their bench. And it would be very fun there because he could just come off the bench for 17, 18 minutes a game and just throw himself at people and drop passes. And be instantly hated by every other fan base in the world.
Yeah.
The most hated man in the Atlantic Division. He's a simple guy to evaluate, honestly, because it's like he's pretty good at a few things. And
he's going to get buckets. And he's going to play hard.
I think it's a really good pick for them.
Play competent defense.
Yeah.
He plays at Michigan. You don't play there if you don't play competent defense. He's definitely their worst. I think he's their worst. Him and Poole are their worst, like, regular defenders. But
he doesn't have he doesn't have the wingspan, right?
But they're both fine. They're both fine. They're good enough. Trevor, you got Brooklyn.
I want to go Demboya here, but I don't want to give Brooklyn all international picks. I'll take Akpala.
Well, we might Brooklyn might just go all international. They did all.
Yeah, they might do it anyway. But...
yeah, so I'll take Kezi Akpala. Seems like a guy that they could use maybe eventually to just fill Carroll's minutes. I don't know. Just seems like a good fit.
Big guy, big wingspan. They like those guys. They take him. Kind of a similar. He's not really interesting to talk about either.
No,
It's just
he's kind of similar to Kurucs in some ways. So like I could
yeah.
I think Kurucs is like more fluid and just
Yeah,
I think Kurucs is a lot better. I'm not big on that fan, but I think like stylistically, like if they want to just go like bank on the style, I think
Well, okay, so I have the Warriors. I was gonna have them take what's his name, Smailagic, but Bruno Fernando's there. They would take Bruno Fernando.
Would they?
I feel like they would. They took Damian Jones. Bruno's a lot better than Damian Jones, so. Plus,
is he?
I think so. They're one of the teams that likes their centers. They like the most, maybe not post up guys, but they want their centers to just run, rebound, and block shots and dunk. And he can do those things. He's good at those things. I think there's some chance he can develop a little bit of a face up game. I mean, they played Maurice Spates 30 minutes a game once. They'll play anybody. I think they would take him. I would probably take Keita, but they would take. I think they would take Bruno. Kind of a simple evaluation too. Just big guy. He's pretty fast and has cool hair.
He might be
I'm not a big fan of his, but end of the first round, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's like someone's got to take him before that pick anyway. Someone's going to take him irresponsibly high, and then that person will be fired within 5 years. It's a recurring theme for this draft. Ricky, you got the first. You take Doumbouya probably.
I'm gonna pick. I think he's the highest person left on my board. Yeah. I'm gonna pick Jerome. I think he'd be pretty fun with like DeJounte Murray and Davidas Servitas.
I didn't hear you said it cut out.
What?
I didn't hear you said it cut out for a second.
I said Ty Jerome. I think that would.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
I think that'd be a good fit. With Murray and Servitas, that's who they're going to build around, obviously. So.
And Derek White, obviously.
Yeah. Right. Sorry. Yeah. Derek White as well. So I think having another.
Why have one Derek White when you can have two Derek Whites?
Yeah. I think having another fun like off-ball guy who knows how to play defense. I don't know. That'd be cool.
I don't feel like he's going to be in this draft, but if he is, I think the Spurs would definitely take him.
Yeah,
like
fair.
Him, Jonte, even like Keita, like the high IQ guys are the guys they always take. It's always what to do. They took Kyle Anderson, they took Derek White. Those all worked out. End of the first round here, Trevor. Milwaukee.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker feels like a Bud player. Like let him handle, let him spot up. Competent wing defense. This seems like a good fit.
Yeah, like I feel like he could replace a lot of what Brogdon does.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. If you lose Brogdon, that's a good. That's a good.
I've soured a little bit on NAW, but like I still think like.
I think he's still a first round. I think he's a first round.
At 30 with a guy that can handle like he can, and I think he's being a little bit misused a little bit at with Virginia Tech too. Like
out. So.
Yeah, I still kind of think that he has like explosion upside. Like there's some strength that he can get. Like right now he's not explosive at all, but I think he could get more into it.
More so than Jay, you think?
No, he's not that level. But
I don't mean like. Well, I mean like the potential to become more explosive vertically. I don't think Shea has any real potential for that.
Yeah. So possibly. Like
possibly.
Yeah. Like the thing is like I think he did gain a lot even just from freshman year to sophomore year. It's just that he started out so low that it still didn't quite reach. But I think he could still do more. So.
All right, let's run through round two a little quicker. Part of the reason I want to do this is I feel like I want people who would actually want to draft the second round. Nobody does those mock drafts, and it's like there will be somebody good in the second round. There always is. So Trevor, Brooklyn.
I'm gonna take the draft and stash, but it's not gonna be Doumbouya. I'm gonna go with Zeusman.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love it. Great pick.
I'm with you on the Zeusman hive. I think that he's like a first round level talent.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like as I've been putting out my board, it's been hard to really get him into the like past 30, but that's a good range for him.
Mm-hmm. And a good team to build him with. Okay, Phoenix. Who did I take with them? I took Ja at Memphis. Oh boy, who are they going to misuse? Who's the George King of this draft?
Ooh, I have a good one, but I'll let you pick.
Well, see, they took Ja. They wouldn't take him. I'll say they take Hachimura.
Who?
Rui Hachimura. That's not a bad
He was
spot.
gonna
That's
be
perfect.
so bad on defense.
Yeah.
Rui and Ayton. That's a minus $1 million per 100%.
Yeah.
Rui, Ayton, Ja, and Devin Booker.
I would take a swing on him in the mid-second, personally, but I don't like. I would not draft him first round. Maybe Phoenix would.
I think the Suns would.
I'm also doing this so I can get the right players to the Philadelphia 76ers.
True.
And those players are Tyrese Halliburton and Isaiah Livers. Back-to-back.
Okay.
Now we just need role guys, and I think Halliburton could be the best, like literally like an elite role player.
He's like baby Rondo. I mean Lonzo.
Rondo too.
Yeah.
He's like a caricature of Lonzo. It's like he's like Lonzo's best and worst. Actually, he's a better free throw shooter. Yeah. He wasn't for a while. I remember I kept looking at his free throw and seeing it was like 56%, and I would look and it was like 10 of 18. Oh, he's just at the top. But yeah, he's almost certainly not coming out. I don't see why.
No, there's no way. Like,
but for now, he's there. I'm taking him. He's so strange. He's such a strange character. Like his statistical profile is bizarre. There's no other way to say it.
I feel like there's absolutely no way he's going to be a good NBA player, but like he's kind of cool. So I'd probably take him in the second round.
Yeah, take a swing on him.
He's upside pick. He's an upside pick at least.
Yeah.
But he's. I'm going to cherish however long he's in college because it's just really strange for a guy to be. He's like top 5 in the entire Big 12 in blocks, steals, assists, and he doesn't shoot. And
It'll be really
doesn't get to the rim, and he's a bizarre player.
It'll be really, really interesting to see where he ends up. Like, if out of the NBA, like, where does he end up playing professionally? Because, like, I can't think of another player like him, like, ever. So.
Yeah, he's very tall. And
the closest thing is Lonzo, but even Lonzo wasn't this, like, extreme, as he said.
Yeah.
Like, I think Halliburton's current usage rate is, like, half of what Lonzo's was as a freshman.
Is it still, like, 9%? Like, that's absolute, just, like, 9% usage, like...
Yeah, like Andre Rosen in at OKC was at least I think 10%. So that's the level.
Yeah, like
he's the ultimate.
That's an unbelievable stat to me.
He's the ultimate. That one's crazier than I think it's different now. But at one point he had a 45-to-1 assist to turnover ratio in transition. How does it even happen? I don't understand how that happened.
And how does Iowa State always get those players?
Yeah, I mean, good. They know what they're looking for. He and THT are, I think, by far the strangest pairing of players in college basketball.
Yeah, like they could be like amazing players in like 10 years, or they could be absolutely nothing.
Never make the NBA. Yeah.
The whole team is bizarre. Like even like I feel like I don't think Lindell Wigginton is like an NBA prospect, but I feel like he's a weird player. Like just like the amount, like he's just way too springy. Like it's not in like a crazy like he throws on ridiculous dunks way, but just like the rise he gets on his jump shots. Like he has like this weird level of coordination. Like he has so much momentum going towards the rim on some of his transition finishes, and he's able to like adjust in midair. Like
he hops around like even when he dribbles. It's weird.
Yeah, like he's too bouncy. Like he shouldn't be that bouncy. There's no.
The best way to
describe him to be like that.
That YMCA clip with a guy going between his legs, jumping up and down every time he does it.
Yeah,
he's a weird player too. Yeah, like Shaq's kind of odd.
Yeah,
Michael Jacobson's weird. Cameron Lard only blocks shots. That's all he does.
Yeah, I like that team.
Yeah, they're fun.
Sometimes they're tough to watch, but sometimes they're fun to watch.
Yep, they're going to be in the tournament, and they're either going to lose or make an Elite Eight run.
Yeah,
I feel like they're either going to lose terribly in the first round or just go on a huge run.
Yeah.
We got Atlanta next, Trevor. I didn't even mention Livers. Well, Livers is pretty good. I don't know what to say. I like it.
I'll go another guy that's not coming out, but would fit really well next to Trae Young, Devon Dotson.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I wish he was bigger so badly.
Yeah.
I wish he'd be like top 10 if he was like 6'3".
If he was 6'3", he'd be. Well, Kansas would have won the Big 12, and they'd be a top 5 team right now.
Yeah, but you guys serve him so much. So.
Charlotte, Francis, you're up.
All right, I think I'll just go with Pons, Shamoy Pons.
Yeah, I almost took him for Phoenix. So.
Yeah, so
But successor.
Yeah, well,
basically, yeah.
Or at least success Tony Parker's old ass. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a weird team to pick for, kind of like Charlotte or kind of like New Orleans, where I mean, it's Kemba going to be there? Do you think maybe? But I really no. I feel like there's no way to prognosticate that right now.
Yeah.
My gut feeling says he stays, but
he seems like he likes it there. But like, when are they ever going to be good?
Yeah, they have absolutely nobody if he leaves. Like, there's nobody worth retaining if he's gone, which is wild.
Well, like I think they're gearing up for like a star trade. It's just that they can't find the right star trade for them because, like they need like Monk to be like at least like 15 to 20% better for that star trade.
So, yeah, they need someone to fall for Malik Monk like they did.
Yeah.
Ricky, you got Dallas.
Who
are they taking that will be that?
Oh, they have. I'm sorry, I'm looking at their roster right now. They have such a amount of guards. Oh my god,
it's a mess.
They have 9 guards. Jesus.
And yet, it's the Rick Carlisle team, so they may take Miles Powell or somebody.
Yeah. I mean, this one's hard. Like, I kind of want to say, like, I kind of want to just go with Sekou because he's still on the board at 37, and it feels like he should have gone already.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go with Sekou. Whatever. Sure. I don't have like an amazing line of reasoning for that pick. I just feel like I think there's a good. Like if they have this pick and he's available.
Yeah, they would take it. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, plus they love their international players.
They scout pretty well. Yeah. He's not white though.
That's true.
You gotta figure if Gogo was there, they would have taken Gogo to contribute to that.
Gotta rename him Seth.
The boy.
Steve. Chicago's up again, Trevor. Who do you think? Who are you going to torture me with now?
Oh God,
who's the worst player left?
Oh, Keldon Johnson's left.
No,
let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm fine. I'd actually be fine with
player who's good at absolutely nothing, and makes you wonder if he's on the floor when he's out there.
Fits in perfectly with Denzel Valentine and Chandler Hutchison.
Exactly.
Although Chandler might be okay at defense. Yeah, I don't know.
It's too early for him, even though
he's only 24.
He's only 24.
He's only the same age as Porter.
I'm a little less mad at the Hutchison pick now because like he might be okay, and he makes more sense with Otto because he can play the 4, and Otto doesn't have to. But yeah, all right, Keldon, I'd hate it. I would not like anything about it. What other wing am I going to take? Cameron Johnson to the Orleans. That's easy. Yeah, they would take him. I really don't know what else. Like, I'm kind of stuck with New Orleans. I kind of wish I hadn't given myself New Orleans because what are they gonna like? Who's gonna be on that team next year? But Cam, I think late 30s is a good spot for him. Honestly, he could shoot, and he's not small, so he may be decent at other things.
They can pretend that they have like 80% of healed. So.
Yeah. Boy, yeah, that trade looks bad now, huh? Atlanta's up again, Trevor. Yeah, at this point with them, it's like, what wing do they take?
Yeah. How about we go with? How about we go with Josh Reeves?
Do it.
Gotta get my guy in here.
A big Josh Reeves guy. He's awesome. He's just old and not that big, but he's fun.
Yeah. He's Thibault last year, only smaller.
And that's great. I imagine he probably won't be drafted.
No, not a chance.
His agent probably won't want him to be drafted.
Yeah.
If he was bigger, he would. I think, but he's not.
Yeah, well, he would have come out already if he was bigger.
Yeah.
You got back-to-back Sacramento picks, Ricky.
The smart thing to do here would probably be to take Killian Tilly and Jordan Poole. but don't want to do that. So I'm gonna go with Jalen McDaniels and Brent Blindberg.
Oh, Brent.
Yeah, bringing him back. Okay. Like of all the players we've talked about today, and the remaining like 100 guys on my board, like he's probably the least likely to actually be in this draft. So it feels like kind of pointless for me to pick him here, but I like him. So
he's rules. He's really fun.
No, my only objection is just that I don't think like Sacramento like scouts more than 10 schools, so they definitely did a scout McDaniels.
I could see them scouting McDaniels.
That's probably not happening.
I could see them scouting McDaniels because it's close enough.
Same state. Maybe it was like they accidentally scouted the brother, and then
they probably accidentally flipped on the Maui and were like, "Who's that guy?" And saw him play like shit. So.
Yeah.
That's not out of the question. Yeah, but they definitely have a scouting process, or like seriously scouted him. But he's awesome. Minnesota again. Oh boy. Oh boy, this is a tough one. You know what? Let's see. This is the thing. I don't think any of these guys are coming out. That's the problem. I don't want to go for a wing for them. Then I'll give them Tilly. Somebody you could play with Towns. And
that's a solo Tilly.
Basketball. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. Kind of a lost year. Maybe he'll go back to school. Maybe probably not because they got a lot of guys coming in. Petrusev's going to play more. They got the big Russian dude, Zakharov. They got a lot of guys coming. Isn't it more Barlow going there? Or is it the year after that?
He might redshirt on like I don't know. Like Petrusev is returning. Like I don't know. That front court's just ridiculous. But
yeah.
Like imagine like if they still had Larson and stuff like that. No.
Yeah, like Zakharov is coming. That's like it's ridiculous.
He better get out of his way because he's 100 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tilly. If he's in this draft, he'll probably go way earlier than this.
No, I don't think. Like, I think this is probably the spot he'll go, but like, I just think that would be wrong.
He'll be good. Yeah.
Like, I think
you got Atlanta again, Ricky.
Let me see. Just look at the roster real quick.
They have Kent Bazemore and friends.
They're trying to replicate the Warriors, so who would be their
who's the best shooter of that?
Would be their Sean Livingston.
Best shooter left. Best shooter left would be Cameron Johnson's just so boring.
I took him.
You already drafted.
Oh, you did? Shit, I missed that. My bad.
New Orleans.
Crap.
Miles Powell.
Fletcher McGee.
Fletcher.
Yeah, take Fletcher.
Oh, see, I was about to say Dylan Windler.
Either one.
You know what?
That's a very Hawks pick.
I'm just gonna go with John Conchar.
Yes.
There we go.
My friend John Conchar. He plays in about an hour. Defeat the hated Omaha.
Yeah.
To do that, they might actually make the NCAA tournament because they're going to face a lower seed in the next round. Very excited.
I'm so sad we won't get another final Mike Daum matchup. I was looking at Mike Daum's stats actually in his career versus like Fort Wayne, and like
he's obliterated.
He averages aside from his freshman year, like, he's averaged like 36 points per game.
I went to one of those games and it was very disheartening.
Like,
and that was when I was still a student there. So
I actually just finished rewatching his 51-point game versus them, which was.
I didn't see that one in live, but yeah. Just to let you know what I got going on here is my
Nice.
Yeah. Do we think John Conchar? He probably won't get drafted, but he will get like a summer league.
I think the very least he'll get into the G League. Very least.
Yeah. He'll definitely be in the G League. He's too strong. Like he's a monster.
He's one of those guys who's going to dominate 5-on-5 at the combine, and he'll get picked up somewhere.
He's going to he'll do the Javon Carter thing. He's doing he's going to Portsmouth. I know that, so that should be good for him because he'll kill that. I don't know how you prepare for him if you've never played him before because he's 6'4", but he has the strength of like a 6'8" guy. He's like Paul Millsap strength. He's absurd. And he's like a good athlete.
Backcourt pairing with Trey.
He's a good athlete, but he's not like He's more functional than he is like super explosive. I've watched a lot of John Carter.
I feel like if you can convince the scouts like in drills that the shooting is definitely really real, then
yeah, he's a great example. I was talking earlier of a guy who's more. He's looking for good shots more than he is. He doesn't shoot very often, but he's a good shooter. Just last night he was 3 for 6 from 3, and it's like, wow, 6. That's a lot for you, John. And I honestly think it's because they were up 35 points, and he was just fucking around. But they like he can shoot. His shot's fine. He can shoot. He's good NBA range. He's a good passer. He's not like a main guy. That's their problem. That's WFW's problem is that he's their only real distributor, but he's not really a point guard. He is. If he was 6'7", he would average 20 rebounds a game. I'm convinced of it.
I think he might be in the top 10 if he was 6'7".
Yeah, he's a complete monster rebounder.
That would be so incredible.
He's really one of the weird. He's one of the like really strange fringe guys in this draft. It's just, he does so much. He does everything. He's good really at. There's nothing he's not good at.
Yeah.
Hopefully I wish he was a little bit better defensively, but
he's okay. The problem is that they're terrible defensively in general. Like last year when they were good, the other two guard defenders were Case and Harrell, who was 6 foot 220, and Bryson Scott, who was like 5'11", 215. Neither one of them could guard point guards. So that was kind of up to him. I mean, the best example of him being good at defense is him actually defending OG Anunoby pretty well in college. The 2 times he played him, the 2 times they defeated. I'm sorry, the second time he didn't play OG, but the 2 times they defeated IU in back-to-back years. Yeah, I'm in on John Conchar all the way, so it's a good pick. Philadelphia next. Who do I got? Probably take Terrence Davis. Speaking of them getting rotation guys. Speaking of a frighteningly strong guard.
Yeah, I like it.
And yeah, he's probably a second rounder. Like he can make a team.
Yeah.
Francis, you got Orlando.
I think I just have to take Nick Claxton. Yeah, I think
you said Claxton?
Yeah.
See, what's his wingspan though?
Huh?
He may not be in it with that wingspan.
It's probably because of the height. Like him, like his height and mobility, he probably looks longer than he really is. But
see, I don't know what his wingspan is, but I feel like the magic pick here would be Ayo Dosunmu. I feel like that he's sort of in. I think he's in my top 5 remaining, or top 10 at least. I feel like that would be.
Well, you're not making the pick.
What?
You're not making the pick.
I know. I'm just saying. I think
Claxton is a very magic pick though.
Yeah, with Ayo though, like I do like Ayo too. Just like he's probably one of those few where like I was like, okay, like sophomore and junior year, it probably actually does help you to like.
Yeah. I don't think I hope he doesn't come out, because if he does, they'll be Illinois will be right back to being the worst team, the second worst team in the Big Ten again, instead of being kind of competitive. I don't know. So you got San Antonio again, Ricky.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. You took Jordan Poole.
Yes. Oh, I sorry, skipped over Jordan Poole to the Detroit Pistons. Because
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take. That's like the most boring pick imaginable.
Who was it?
The most boring pick in this entire draft, but I'm gonna take John Teske.
Oh, to his first? Yeah, do it.
The defense
guy. I love John Teske.
Yeah, he's great.
He looks like a giant toddler.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like.
Put it. Yeah.
You think like you look at him compared to like Isaac Haas. Well, I joke that Isaac Haas was like all the ghosts of big men in the Big Ten put back together to torture everyone because he's so boring and terrible to watch. It was like Teske's like pretty good at most things. And it's weird.
No, like defensively, he's just like amazing. Like how few times like he makes a mistake.
Yeah, he's not really like people are gonna call him quick. He's not quick for a guy that size. He's fairly quick. He just knows the angles and like understands what he's doing.
Like the first game of the year against Norfolk State is like for the first 10 minutes of that game, it's like the most amazing like defensive performance I've seen this year.
It's the whole thing. It's like last year we were talking about Hami Jallow versus like his athleticism versus Zaire's, and it's like they're probably equal athletically, like straight run jump. But Zaire knows what he's doing, so the distance he has to cover is a lot less.
Yeah.
Tyler just kind of wandered around, and he still ended up being like a decent college defensive player. He wasn't Zaire, who was one of the best defenders in the country last year. Clippers, Francis. I forgot they even have a pick.
I will take. I probably should take. I think I'll take Noir, Jordan Noir. Like he kind of doesn't know what he's doing, but he's a wing size. He can score, so they probably.
He's the most college scorer guy I can think of, but he might still be.
Yeah,
I think it's a t-shirt. I think the t-shirt really makes him look like a frumpier than he is.
Wait, does he have 6 picks in a row right here?
He does. I didn't mean for that to happen. Do you want to give one of them up? You can.
Yeah, I finished at 40.
You want to give a couple of them to Trevor?
You can pick for Utah. We can swap it up.
All right. Okay, so Utah. Let's take Ark Holman.
Okay.
No justification. Just
sounds right.
I mean, I doubt he gets drafted again. He probably his agent's probably going to tell teams not to draft him, but he should be. He's pretty good.
There's nothing. I think he's more functionally valuable to an offense or functionally valuable to a team than Rui is. I put him.
I agree with that. There's no way they're going to be drafted 70 picks apart. But yeah. You telling me you don't like a guy who spots up from 16 feet and stands in the middle of the paint and doesn't. Rui's one strength is inside scoring. He's pretty good at it. But he's not a driver, so it doesn't really matter.
For what he is build wise, he's not even good there.
Yeah.
You think
Jabari? He's Jabari. I've said this before. He's a little better. He's in a better physical shape. He's a little more athletic. Functionally, he's Jabari.
My comp for him has been Yabu only because I think that's his ceiling outcome. He gets NBA roster solely because he's a really good guy and people like him.
Yeah, I wish he was. I like him a lot. He seems like a great kid. He's not a very good basketball player.
Yeah,
he's their best player.
What was that?
Is he their 5th best player? And that's if he's scoring well.
Yeah, like that. I
love that people
with Nemias Kuwait there. I was kind of expecting that, to be honest, but
Oh, he's gonna go in this draft. I'm not letting him not get drafted.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Francis, you got it 4 in a row here. Clippers.
I'll go say Gafford.
All right.
He hasn't been picked somehow, so yeah.
I mean, he's
boring, but he's so boring.
The weird thing is he's not boring at all. He does windmill dunks. He rules. It's just not.
Yeah, no, but we somehow made that boring for centers.
Yeah. He doesn't. He has not improved in any noticeable way this season. He should have.
Yeah, that was the most baffling decision to return to school.
What
was the point of that?
I thought he was going to shoot threes or something, but no. At least Kanade tried to expand his game. It's probably hurt him, but
yeah.
At least he came back for a specific reason.
Gafford
would have been he would have probably been a first rounder last year.
He would have been top 20. I mean, you never know. Bob Will went 27. I mean, you never really know, but he was definitely a first rounder. Gafford probably would have went ahead of Bob Will.
I think he's a little more vertically. He has a little more pop. He looks a little more impressive running down the court. So yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Wrap it up for Charlotte, and then Boston, and then New York.
So next one would be, I guess, Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
I kind of like Tyler Hero now, to be honest. I like him more.
I think he got better.
Yeah, so I think I'm starting to get pretty in on him. So
Jordan would be 1,000% on him too. Jordan would take him in the first round.
Yeah.
With him, he'd be that's the guy.
I feel pretty confident that Tyler Hero is getting a green room invite.
Probably.
I feel 99% sure at this point. I put money on that.
There's gonna be a Bleacher Report list about the most likable players in 2019 draft, and he'll be number 1 somehow. For some reason, I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
You got Boston and then New York, Francis.
All right, so for Boston, I'll take Isaiah Roby.
Can't do it.
For New York,
Ryan Williams' mom. Got it. It doesn't.
I think I'll take Zach Norvell.
Okay.
So
Norvell is only shooter. All he does. Sometimes he tries to drive around, do like Bradley Beal drives, but he's not good at it. So, but he's fine. He'll probably get drafted whenever he comes out. Philadelphia. You know what? I'm going to take the Keenan Gant from Louisiana, yes.
Didn't see that one coming.
No.
I like him a lot, actually. Like he's a very good shot blocker and could probably be like a good Richaun Holmes fill-in-ish guy eventually. They should not have gotten rid of Richaun Holmes. It feels weird to say that, but they should not have gotten rid of him. He's been actually good in Phoenix. And they just don't have who on their bench is stretching a defense at the rim.
Yeah, that's fair.
Amir doesn't. He can't anymore. He could have like 10 years ago. There's almost no way a guy like Keenan Grant gets drafted, but I wanted to draft him. I like him.
Yeah.
Indiana, Ricky.
I'm going to pick another guy who's almost certainly not going to actually enter this draft, but I'm going to take him anyways because I think it'd be a really fun fit. I'm going to take Artur Zagars.
Yeah.
I think like conceptually, him and Oladipo backcourt would be really, really cool. I'd really like Zagars to play off the ball.
Yet?
So, yeah, I think. Actually, I have to double check.
I know he was
out for like 4 months, 6 months ago. So, but yeah, no, he's definitely not coming out this year. I just like him a lot. I was very wrong about him before this summer. I thought Arturs Kurucs was the better prospect.
The better Arturs.
Because I hated Zagars' frame, but he's just really good. So. And he's not. The thing is, like with his frame, like he's not like some 5'11" guy. Like he's 6'3". Like that's like a reasonable size.
He's just so skinny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right.
That's what
for
NBA
New Orleans
stories are for.
Yeah, I mean it is. Like guys get bigger. For New Orleans, I'm going to take Cassius Winston solely on the fact that he should get drafted. He's a terrific basketball player. So, and they could. I mean, they're going to play Tim Frazier more. He's gone on another team anymore. Maybe Dyrus is being good for them, but
they need somebody who could at least be competent.
Then he did not play Ian Clark anymore. It'd be nice. We have 3 picks left. Ricky, you got Dallas.
Dallas. Let's see. Who did I take?
Took
last
second.
Dallas pick. I took second. That's right.
They could use as a guard.
Yeah, they're literally that would be their 10th. Well, I'm not sure who's expiring this year, but
Burke is, and I think Barea is not. Devin Harris is because he only signs 1-year deals, but he'll be back.
Brea is expiring figuratively.
Yeah.
Brea is dead. He's dead.
Yeah. I kind of like Didi Lozada here.
I knew it. They would take him.
I don't know if that's he's not really he's not a point guard, so who knows if he'll actually get on the court ever. But
he's the only thing more valuable to Rick than a point guard is a young wing he can yell at.
Yeah. Yeah. What have I done to Didi? But yeah, that's my pick.
I'm into it. Because I already spoiled it for the Raptors. I'm taking Neemias Queta. Actually, it's probably a good pick for them, honestly. They probably make him pretty good.
Yep.
He's got really good defensive instincts, and he's huge.
Him and Siakam.
Yeah.
Getting chills.
Yeah, I mean, great. And then Ricky ended up with, let's finish up with Sacramento here.
The top guy left on my board is this is really hard. This is the 60th pick. I got to make it a good one.
David Tillman, do it.
No,
There's almost no way he's in the draft.
You know, I've been tweeting a lot of Anthony McLemore recently. I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Anthony McLemore.
Oh, it's really great that you gave after a couple pretty good drafts where they build a good team. It's great that you gave the Kings just a classic. Let's take a bunch of 6'10" guys draft.
Yeah,
yeah, he's like 6'6".
Yeah, capping off with the guy who's averaging like 7 points a game.
So like Anthony McLemore. Like Anthony McLemore is 6'7", but like the way he gets off the ground, like I think
he might as well be 6'10".
I think he should be considered 6'10". He's honorary 6'10", 6'9".
To be that athletic after the injury he had last year is mind-boggling.
To come back as quick as he did.
Yeah. He didn't not lose anything. That's crazy.
He's superhuman. It's amazing. He's so cool.
I'm a big fan of his. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He's definitely an undrafted guy to look out for. Not as much as John Conchar.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Look at this draft.
This is an insane draft. I love it.
We did great.
I like how we kind of kept like vaguely consensus for the first like 12 picks, and then it was just like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have even gotten a lot worse. Like I feel like we
reined it in a little bit.
Which was the most insane pick in this draft? I feel like it's probably got to be Jakeenan Gant or Vrenz Blindberg. It's got to be one of those two.
I'm going to say
I think it's Blindberg.
I would say value-wise, it's Brandon Clark in the top 3. That won't happen.
Okay. So I got 2 of the 3 front runners. That's pretty good.
Xavier Johnson, like going 16, probably never happened.
Hell yeah. If he gets drafted, I think he will get drafted top 20, but it won't be this year.
Yeah.
Definitely won't be this year.
Yeah.
But I just thought, I was going to take Trey Jones there originally, and I was just like, what does he really do for the Pistons?
We also had Keldon like 39th when he's probably going 9th in real life.
Yep.
So.
That's a sane pick. That's the opposite of an insane pick. if he went in the late 30s, I'd be like, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I'm in the 30s too, but
I thought I have lowest that, honestly. Him and Rui are the 2 guys I have lowest. Go ahead.
Artur Zegars did have his first game back 2 days ago. Came off the bench 17 minutes in LEB Gold. 11 points, 2 assists, 4 shots. Pretty nice outing. Pretty nice little outing for him. So that's good.
That's the thing. If you're going to take a project, I feel like if they're a big, they have to be really good at something. Like Keita. Keita's really good.
Yeah.
Good rim protector.
Yeah.
If you're just taking a project big who's not good at anything, then just take a guard.
Yeah. Like Charles Bassey, who didn't go in this draft.
No, I didn't even think
because he's not good in anything. Yeah.
No.
Well, I do think he'll shoot though.
He's good at weighing a lot.
Kuwaita's curve has been pretty crazy. I mean, like in U20B, I thought he was like legitimately he was like one of the better players there, obviously, but I thought he was like in the grand scheme legitimately like bad. He was like fucking these hook shots up that would just like fly off the backboard and not hit anything else. And I was like damn, this guy sucks. But now, I mean, like he can pass a little bit too. Like I really like him.
I like passing a lot actually.
Yeah. That's been one of the biggest things, honestly, that I didn't really expect to see from him.
Yeah, early season. As far as early season goes, let's wrap this up here in a minute. But as far as early season stuff goes, he had one of the most impressive early games when he ripped St. Mary's in half.
Mm-hmm.
He killed.
Yeah.
I remember distinctly watching the game on Thanksgiving. We're like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
All right. This is good. I don't want to go too long. We should try and do it again. I may get more or less people. I may kill some of you. But it might be better to do it with more people picking less because I definitely forgot who I was picking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Francis getting those 6 picks in a row is incredible. I
that up better.
I didn't even notice until it was my time to come up. Really,
I noticed it when I was writing it. And I was like, "Well, shit." But yeah, it'd be good. I want to do this again after the combine.
Yeah.
Get do we have some idea of who's actually going?
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be good. But this is just like a nice. Anyone can watch this and not know who these guys are. Maybe you've heard people, Jalen Pickett, Gant, John Conchar. If you follow me, you've heard of John Conchar. I tweet about it all the time.
Yeah.
All right. I actually got to get ready to watch them lose, probably. So.
All right.
Good.
All right.
Hold on.